Hello everyone, Callum here from KB Hands and welcome back to yet another video. In today's video I'm going to be teaching you how to care for the amazing and beautiful species called Camponotus Fedtschenkoi. I got these sent over to me by theantlady.co.uk, so this video is sponsored by her, so thank you to that for letting me do this content for all you guys, and all that to come straight after the intro. Welcome back everybody. So let's start with a care guide. So this species is really easy to keep, so if you held them you don't need to worry. As long as you watch this video you'll have an amazing colony. The species is monogene, so it'll only ever have one queen in a nest at a time. The queen size is 12mm. The worker size is 6 to 12mm. This species does have majors, which is another interesting thing about this species, other than them being very beautiful. So humidity for the nest, you want it to be 50 to 70%. Temperature for the nest, you want it to be 24 to 28 degrees Celsius. The species does have a diapause from November to March at room temperature, just to give the queen a break really. Distribution for this species, they're found in Kazakhstan, Mongolia, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, northwest China and Russia and Iran, so they're quite widely distributed. So feeding for this species, they like waxworms, mealworms, crickets, anything like that really, but when you feed them to this colony you want to dip them in boiling water to get rid of any mites or anything else that could be lurking on the feeder insects, just so it doesn't transfer to the ant colony. They love the sugars, lots of different types of sugars, and this is another thing about this species. When they drink sugars and they gorge themselves, the gases swell up, and with the colour you can see everything. So if you give them red sugar liquid, the gases will turn red. If you give them blue sugar liquid, they'll turn blue. It's just really amazing to watch, so that's another good thing about this species. So this is a setup I'm keeping them in at the minute. It's basically a plastic container with a hole cut out and then a bamboo tube put in, and then hot glued around to keep it sealed shut, so no escapees. They really seem to love these bamboo tubes. If you're going to keep this species, I'd recommend getting a bamboo tube. The Ant Lady does sell them as well, so you can pick one of them up from her while you buy this colony. They moved into it straight away. Obviously they came in a normal test tube. I put the normal test tube in the container and they moved straight into the bamboo tube, so they really do like it. Colony size for this species, and this is a tricky one, it's really debatable. I've seen conflicting information all over the internet when I've been doing my research on this species. Some people say 200 workers, some people say 600 workers, and I've also seen people say 1,000 to 2,000 workers. I think the thing is with this species, they get commonly mistaken with the species Camponotus turkistanus. Obviously they're very similar looking. Because of that, Camponotus turkistanus don't really have that many workers, probably about 200 to 300. I think people get confused with them and this species. So this species sort of gets labelled with the same care as that species and how many workers they'll get as that species. So I'd go with probably 300 workers, but what I'll do, I'll raise this colony the best I can, try and get them to the max amount of workers, and then come back to you and tell you what that is, because I don't want to give you any wrong information. This is why I do lots of research before I do these videos, to make sure that the information that I give you is perfect and nothing wrong about it. So I'll do that, I'll come back to you once I know the exact size they actually get. I've seen videos where it looks like there's probably about 1,000 workers, so I'm probably expecting them to get to around that before they sort of hit the peak amount of workers. So yeah, it's a tricky one. Regards to the worker size, worker numbers, it's probably been the most difficult to research, because like I said, I just keep finding conflicting information. People get confused with these and Turkistanus, so it's very difficult to give you an exact number. So like I said, I'll I'll raise this colony myself and see how big they do actually get, and then come back to you with another video. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you again in the next one.